On the show, is that what's happening?
Up in the north in the Eshkol region.
Ooh, that's a bit of a hike.
We're going to Israel's national water company called Mekorot. And he has all the information, all the knowledge about how you purify the water, what the different sources are. So I'm sure he'll tell us some real interesting things.
Great. Let's do it.
Let's do it. While Israel may be amongst the driest countries on earth, it is also home to one of the most technologically advanced national water companies. Mekorot not only supplies water to meet the needs of Israeli consumers, but is also a world leader in water innovation. Mekorot is the fourth largest filtration facility in the world and is pretty successful in bringing water to the arid desert. So the goal here at Mekorot is to bring the freshest and cleanest water to every Israeli home. Am I right?
That's right. The Israeli National Water Company was established in 1937 in order to supply water to every point and every settlement in the country.
You know, it's really amazing that Israel is, what, 60% desert and still manages to supply fresh water to every.
Yeah, we've harnessed all the natural water sources that are available, but they are scarce. We are now taking water from the sea.
Okay, so let's begin the tour and learn more about Mekorot. The tour starts with a cool exhibit of water, light, and sound. So that water presentation was really cool. It's pretty awesome. But let's talk about the water sources. Where does the water come from?
Okay, let's have a look here at the map. We have several natural water sources, one of them being the Sea of Galilee in the north. You need to realize that rain only falls in Israel between November and May, and most of the water falls in the north. We have a mountain aquifer and a coastal aquifer, and we have a new source of water coming from the sea. There are now 5 desalination plants along the coast, which provide about 80% of our drinking water.
So I originally thought that Israel's main water source was coming from the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah, things have changed over the last few years. I mean, in 1964, the national water carrier was built in order to transport water from the Sea of Galilee in the north to the Negev Desert in the south, mainly for agriculture. But because of the growth of the population since the establishment of the state in 1948, water was needed for drinking. So most of this water has gone for drinking.
The Sea of Galilee is the largest above-ground source of water in the country, but cannot be taken for granted.
Here we have a photo of the Eshkol site. In front of us is a large reservoir, and above this, a smaller reservoir. Water from the Sea of Galilee flows in from this direction and flows into the smaller reservoir.
So the water gets pumped from the Sea of Galilee into the reservoir. Let's talk about the cleaning process.
Okay, the first stage is to get rid of mainly the free-floating particles in the water. There are free-floating particles, there are parasites, there are small animals, there are algae in the water, all of these things, and bacteria. All of these things we have to get rid of. We do this by adding a substance called polyaluminium chloride. It coagulates with the free-floating particles, and when these particles get to the small reservoir, they sink to the bottom of the reservoir. The sludge is pumped up by a barge. We dry the sludge, and the water that remains is pumped back into the open canal. We have clearer water that goes into a distribution channel, and from here it goes into the large reservoir.
So now that the water is in a large reservoir, it's drinkable?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Here we have different kinds of fish, 8 different species of fish, that each of them has their own function. There are fish that eat algae, there are fish that eat worms, there are fish that eat snails, there are fish that eat dead fish. It's an ecological system. We don't add any food. All the food that they need is in the water. The reason why it's a covered reservoir is all drinking water has to be in a closed unit. Why? If there's penetration of the sun, we're going to have algae growing, which you can't have in drinking water. Also, things from the environment will go into the water. So all all drinking water has to be enclosed in totally.
From the reservoir, the water is finally ready to be pumped to the national water system.